Hi, welcome to Pemberton Golf Club and a series of blogs relating to the short game. These series of blogs are designed to improve your ability to score when out on the golf course. We're going to start at the green and progressively move backwards to the 50-60 yard pitch shot as the blogs progress. The first thing I'd like to do today is look at putting, but I'd like to come at it from a different angle. A lot of the putting blogs you'll see, or the information relating to putting, is in regards to technique and mechanics. And at the end of the day, there's a lot of different ways to get the job done. There's players putting in an orthodox manner, there's players putting left hand below right, there's players with the putter tucked under the chin, etc, etc. So there's a lot of different ways of doing that. However, the thing that separates good putters from bad putters, by and large, is the process that they go through on each putt. So we're going to have a look at why, some players can make a lot of putts from that critical 10-foot range, and other players tend to miss a lot of putts from that critical 10-foot range. It's often said that putting is largely a mental issue. Making more putts is down to attitude more than mechanics. So what I'd like to do is first of all identify the two incorrect attitudes for putting. The first incorrect attitude is the player who is over the putt, who is just trying to get it close. That tends to create quite a sort of wishy-washy action. A player who's non-committal, and we tend to get a lot of putts where the blade's decelerating coming into the ball. So incorrect attitude number one is trying to get the ball close. Second incorrect attitude is the player who is so intense and so focused on making that putt that he can't make a free and rhythmical stroke. So this player, irrespective of mechanics, he could have the greatest mechanics in the world, he's over that putt, trying his hardest to make this putt like his life depends on it. But unfortunately that breeds a lot of tension, and those mechanics that he's worked on will not stand up if we've got tension in the shoulder or arms. And what we tend to get here is a guy who, irrespective of what happens to the putt, berates himself if it doesn't go in. At the end of the day, you cannot 100% guarantee that you're going to make this putt. So what is the correct attitude for making putts? Well, the correct attitude for making putts is a neutral one. We've already identified that trying to get it close isn't going to work because it lacks focus, but on the same note, trying to hold every putt like our life depends on it also isn't going to work because it breeds too much tension. So how do we create a neutral mindset when we're putting, or a neutral attitude that allows us to free ourselves up and make the most of our mechanics? Well, the first thing we've got to do is identify what we can and can't control. We have absolutely no control over the surface of that green. Sometimes the greens are great, other times the greens aren't so great. We've no control over 100% whether that putt is going to go in, as we all have experienced. Sometimes we hit a beautiful putt that takes a bobble and we miss the hole. Other times we hit a terrible putt that we've maybe misread and that putt goes in. So whether the ball goes in or not is not necessarily the best barometer of how you're putting on any given day. Granted, when you are putting well, you do want to see the ball go in the hole a lot, but we can't 100% depend on that. So when we're over a putt, all that we've really got control over is our ability to hit a solid putt. And what I'd suggest is, when you go out and play next time, is try and go through a simple process. If you take your time with your pre-shot routine and you've lined your putt up correctly and you're happy with the read, you then go ahead and set up accordingly, get yourself comfortable, and then just focus on making a solid putt, trying to hit a solid putt. A lot of putts that you miss are missed because we don't make centered contact on the putter face. So we're going to set up to that ball, and the attitude we've got, or the mindset we've got, is we're just going to try and make a solid putt, and we're going to see if the ball goes in or not. So there's a bit of information that's maybe a little bit different from what you've seen in magazines or watched on DVDs and videos. A little bit less focus on the mechanics of the stroke, as we said at the start of the video. There's a lot of different ways of getting it done, and there's a lot of different opinions into what is the correct or incorrect way of putting. The bottom line is, to putt well, you've got to strike the right tone, you've got to have the right level of intensity. Too calm, not going to work. Too intense, also not going to work. We want a nice neutral attitude. In order to create that neutral attitude that's required for good putting, we need a good process, and we need to start focusing on things that we can control rather than things that we can't control. So next time you're out there playing, just try and focus on making a good read, committing to that line and hitting a solid putt. and let's see if we can start making some putts in 2011. Good luck with it, and we'll speak to you again soon in regards to chipping, bunker play, pitching, etc. If you need anything between now and then, feel free to visit us at www.hotwoodgolf.co.uk.